Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all you fellow laborers pushing this gospel and all truth, faith, and sincerity. Yeah, so this is going to be more news concerning World War III. And if you aware of the current events, you would know that we are in the midst of World War III, all right? You got these different nations jockeying for position. America just deployed 50,000 troops out into Syria. You got airstrikes going on. And the climax or the perfection of World War III would be when those ICBM missiles, all right, would be shot off throughout the entire world. And the acronym ICBM missile, all right, stands for International Continental Ballistic Missile, which means those missiles can be shot from continent to continent. And when the smoke settles, America will be left desolate, thus said the scriptures, because the Bible is the only book that prophesy or foretell this World War III and the destruction of America, all right? And the two major players in World War III would be America and Russia, because if you know anything about the Cold War, that was pretty much the time when Russia or the USSR became dormant, all right? And if you understand the nature of a bear usually hibernates in the wintertime. That's why through the spirit, the Lord had it deemed as the Cold War, all right? But now we're in the times where the bear has awakened. And when do a bear usually come out of hibernation? In the summertime, all right? Now this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. Yeah, so we know that the summer is near because the bear, or Russia, has awakened and have come out of hibernation. And the scriptures outline the beginning and the end of the so-called white man's rulership. And why is that important? Because the so-called white man is the rulers of the planet right now. The planet was handed over to the wicked, which is known as the white man. And if you try to dispute the fact that the white man is the wicked, well, consider the condition of the earth, all right? As far as you got GMOs, you got chemtrails, all right? Even the water is poisoned. The ecosystem is thrown off. You got the bees being extinct. Animals, certain species of animals becoming extinct. All this is under the watch of the so-called white man, all right? Now this is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the scriptures tell you that the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. So the Lord gave the wicked, which by a process of elimination, the white man, the earth, because the so-called white man governs the earth, all right? For an example, who is issuing out these travel bans? The so-called white man. You can't travel or go where you want. This white man policed the earth, all right? So when you go into the scripture, it gives you a timeline of the white man's beginning, stages of power, and also the end of his power, all right? Now this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Now, the carnal man, or if you read this at face value, all right, with the naked eye, then pretty much you would not get understanding from what I just read. Why? Because this is a dark saying in a parable, all right? But what I just read is pretty much the timeline of the so-called white man's rulership. Now, when you break it down, it said, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, which meaning this beast or this body, his head was like a leopard, which means the beginning, because the beginning of your body is your head. all right? And the reason why the scriptures liken it unto a leopard, because that's symbolic for Alexander the Greek, all right? If you was to go into any museum or you type or Google Alexander the Greek and put the word leopard by it, it should pull up pictures of Alexander the Greek because he wore leopard heads, all right? So this precept is breaking down the timeline of the so-called white man when he first came into power, or the head of his body of work started with Alexander the Greek. And it reads on to say, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. Now, what's the end of your body? Your feet, all right? The beginning of your body is the head, and the end of your body is the feet. And the reason why the Lord likened the feet of this body, or the feet of the so-called white man's rulership, the bear, because the bear is what going to end the so-called white man rulership, all right? And you might say, well, Russians are so-called white people as well. That's right, because the Lord is going to take the white man down by himself, all right? The so-called white man is going to take himself down. That's why Yahweh Shah said, if Satan be divided, if Satan be against Satan, his house will be divided, and it will be left desolate, all right? So Russia, although all these different nations, including America's allies, is going to shoot missiles on America, Russia is who is going to spearhead this campaign, all right? So I'm going to read it again. It said, and the beast which I saw was likened unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, which we all know that Russia is known as the bear. And Russia is going to, spearhead the end of this rulership. That's why it's known as the feet. All right? Now, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, and starting at verse 1. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And those swords is symbolic to the nuclear missiles. And the reason why the Lord said, I'm going to put a hook into your jaws and turn you back, that means the Lord is going to turn Russia back into his old ways, which were the ways of the USSR, all right? Which, when you go into any research about the Cold War, that when Russia was all intact, but it turned away from its old ways. Now the Lord is putting that spirit on Russia to turn them back, all right? So now Russia is awakened and is in that old spirit, all right? Now this is Ezekiel 38 and 7. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, all right? That's dealing with Russia. Thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. That's why you got Russia standing up for Syria and Iran and other various countries, all right? So you got America, which is the top dog, if you will, in one corner of the ring, and you got Russia, which is a balance of power, all right? And it will end with Russia taking down America, which will be the end of the so-called white man's power structure. That's why when you read in Revelation, the 13th chapter, in the second verse, it says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, meaning the end of this body, or this white man structure, will end with the bear, all right? So I hope this was an edifying lesson. Until the next time I say, Shalom.